Okay, welcome to Lab 6, Implementing Dynamic Access Control, found in Configuring Advanced Windows Server 2012 Services R2, Microsoft Official Academic Course, Preparation for Exam 70-412. This first lab we're going to be using Dynamic Access Control, so let's get started. Okay, in this exercise, we're going to configure dynamic access control by enabling the KDC support for claims and creating a resource, property, and resource rule. We're going to really look at the dynamic access control and how it allows you to secure files for an organization. The approximate completion time for this is about 20 minutes, so let's get started. Okay, I'm logged into the RWDC01. I'm also logged into my server 01. And I'm logged in as Contoso/administrator. So we're going to start by going into the RWDC01, and we are going to click on Tools, and then Group Policy Management. Okay, now that we're on Group Policy Management, I'm going to expand this so it's a little bit easier to see. I kind of wish I could make this text a little bit larger. We're going to expand the Contoso.com, and it already is. And then we're going to right-click Default Domain Controller Policy and go into Edit. Now we want to expand that. Under Computer Configuration, we're going to expand Policies, Administrative Templates, System, and then go down to KDC. Now we want to double-click KDC Support for Claims Compound Authentication. Double-click, and we're going to select Enabled here, and then click on OK. Now we're going to close the Group Policy Management editor, and then close Group Policy Management. We're going to go back to the Server Manager, select Tools, go into Active Directory Administrative Center, and I'm going to enlarge this. And we want to navigate to the Dynamic Access Control node. And then select Claim Types. Okay, so what we're going to do now is go ahead and right-click, and then New, and then Claim Type, and we want to go down to find Department. So if I just type in DEPT, okay, here's Department. And the first question is, what is the default display name? Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and click on OK. And then in the task pane under claim types, we're going to do new. And again, claim type. Under source attribute, we want to scroll down and find description. We're going to deselect user and select computer. And then click on OK. Now we're going to click on the dynamic access control node. And then double click resource properties. Now we want to right click department and select enable. To enable the confidential or resource property, under the resource property we want to right click confidentiality and select enable. We're going to close the Active Directory Administrative Center and then go into server 1, which I'm already logged into. Oops. Here's server 1. And we want to open up file. I'm going to minimize this. We're going to go into File Explorer and then go to the shared folder. Double click it, right click, new, rich text document. Here we're going to type in DOC1, enter, and then go to our server manager, click on tools, file server, resource manager. We want to expand the classification management and then click classification properties. Now we want to right click classification properties and then choose refresh. The confidentiality and department appear within a global scope. And next question, what are the 2 classification properties that have global scopes? All right, now we're going to right click classification rules. Click classification rules. And we're going to right click and create classification rule. And then in the general tab, we're going to type in confidentiality. Now we're going to click on scope. And then here we're going to click on add. And then browse to the share folder. And then click on OK. We're going to click on the Classifications tab. And classification method should already be set, and it is, as the content classifier, and property should already be set to confidentiality and hide. To configure the classification perimeter, under perimeters, we're going to click on configure. Now we're going to change the regular expression to string. Under expression, we're going to type in HR. Double click HR. And basically this means that if the string contains HR, the document is going to be automatically tagged as high confidentiality. Now we'll go ahead and click on OK. And then click on the Evaluation Type tab. And we want to click to select Reevaluate. And then select Overwrite the existing value. And then we're going to click Run Classification. With all rules now. And then we're going to select Wait for classification to complete, and then click on OK. And then the report's going to come up. And then close the report. How many files and properties did you see in the how many files and properties does the report show? Actually, let me run this again. It showed 0 files and 0 properties. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and close out of that. And we're going to go to the shared folder. And double click Doc 1 to open it. We're going to type in HR. And then close WordPad. And then save. Now we're going to go back to the File Resource Manager, which is right here. And then click Run Classification. Wait for classification to complete. And now we see number of properties is 2, number of files is 1. Okay, so now we're going to close out of the report, go back to our file folder. We're going to right click document 1 and go into properties. And then click on the classification tab. What is the confidentiality set to? Okay, we'll go ahead and do OK. And we're going to close out the File Source Resource Manager. And that is the end of this exercise and the end of this video. The next video we're going to go over exercise 6.2, which is implementing a central access policy.